are being uprooted as we speak now, right? Everybody is gone. You will not be able to remove one single strand of anything planted by Tinubu, even when it's no longer your president. That's how they do it. You understand that now? Their own kind of impunity is institutionalized. So when Tinubu is no longer your president, you see all those things that you thought were Nigeria. That is why you say Nigeria only, Nigeria alone. By the time they are done, you will discover that they are no longer owned by Nigeria anymore. And if you want to do shakara, we need to, you realize that they've actually amended the law that made it law that it is his own, or whoever he willed it to. So you will, anyway. The other part, though, is I think it was like a few days before. It was a few days before they kidnapped Nan's president. Sowore was somewhere, and he was talking about how the Nigerian National Association of Nigerian Students, as a body, has now become an appendage of the political class. There's nothing called Aluta anymore. Okay, there is still Aluta, spelled differently, right? A-L-U-T-A, that's Aluta, to fight injustice. Aluta, A-L-W-O-O-T-A, right? That means Aluta, continua. So those are the cash activists. They call them the human rights cash activists. Under the cover of activism, right? They are in bed with the same oppressors, just looking for a crumb, wherever they can get. That's exactly what Sowore said Nans has become. Guess what? 2 days later, the president of Nans was kidnapped by the son of your president. Or more. Everywhere still calm.
Vibrancy that we left on campuses will continue. And I say that also because of NAS, the National Association of Nigerian Students, of blessed memory.
R.I.P.
Not afraid to say that. Because today, NAS has become an affiliate of the Nigerian presidency. In fact, it is unlikely that the next president, or whoever is next president, is a student anymore in Nigeria. A friend of me and mine told me that 3 days ago that he's inaugurating himself as the president of NAS in Abuja. Once I read the news that Tinubu has gone there to disrupt the program. But the question I asked him is that I've known you for almost 15 years. His name is Tinubu. He said, "Sir, what are you still doing on campus? Is it a traditional rulership position or a chieftaincy title of your family? Is it that you cannot find an undergraduate who is between the age of 21 and maybe 28 or 30 who can be NAS president?" The reason being that when I became the president of the Student Union at the University of Lagos, I was 21 years old. Yes. Don't be asking my age. Because I might end up becoming the president of NAS if I go back to study law. And you must accept it. But if I do, they are in trouble. But the reason I'm saying this is not to challenge you in a way that will hurt you. It's to challenge you in a way that we can all be thinking creatively together on how to put young people and the students back on the front pedal of the struggle in the country. Because without students and youth in this country, Nigeria may not have had even the little independence we have. In fact, the first political party in Nigeria, which was formed around 1925, was the Nigerian Youth Movement Party. In those days, the people who were fighting and running Nigeria were in their 20s. Today, the people who are running Nigeria are in age that you and I cannot tell. Anybody who knows you that he knows Tinubu's age is lying. I'm sure you say Tinubu doesn't know the age of his father. Tinubu is probably same age as the two seller in the Bible. Atiku, who is supposed to be his rival, is also some very huge age. All of them are the top in Nigeria today are people who ran Nigeria when your father and my father were teenagers.
Right. But Sowore mad because I had to go and really watch that Isa Atiku's video. And honestly speaking, how is that guy still a student? Director's Court. How is that Isa guy still a student? That guy looks like he will be like 51 or something. I was going to put it on the screen anyway. That video is sent out yesterday. But I no longer have it in there. I have it on here. The guy looks.
If he does something good, I will promote him. We will support him as the president and commander-in-chief. But where else? You cannot say I should keep quiet. I won't do that. That we couldn't settle. And they felt that I'm being stubborn not to accept money and to come to Lagos without accepting money and going back. So they planned my abduction, and on the 15th, I was abducted. Of April, I was abducted, struck naked, beaten seriously.
Look at this
in
guy.
collaboration with the MD of NTA. The MD of NTA, I was packaged to NTA to make involuntary statement.
Anyway, I mean, we can still sort of like ignore that. Also, we can acknowledge that without also ignoring the infraction against him. But sure, mad, gosh, you know. Anyway, let's go to something else and leave Tinubu. I mean, Kolu and you know his family. Balentagbo, ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń tó gògóró, ọmọ wọn ń gbowó ìta, ẹlẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́sù lábúlé. Here is what this guy had to say. Akim BabaAhmed, who worked with Kolu, his own advice is that Kolu should not contest in 2027. Okay? Atiku too should not contest. Why? Yeah.
Did you request to meet the president?
No, it was offered, but to be honest, I suspect when I said to the person, if I do sit down, I might say to him things that he may not be very happy about. I think they developed a cold feet, because if I did, I would have told him exactly what I said in that open letter to the president. Mr. President, please don't run again.
Why? I mean, what gives you there are those who will say, what gives you the authority?
It's not authority. I'm making a request showing. I'm not giving him instructions. I remember I said, I would have said, Mr. President, please don't run again.
Why?
Because I think that first he has become a president. So that's settled. A lot of the people who are now, including President Tinubu, quite possibly, want to be president just simply because they want to be presidents. We had the case of Buhari, perhaps even the Vice President Atiku's multiple attempts at becoming president, maybe primarily driven by the desire to be president, finally. And so, because there were better things that he could do than to be a president of the country. If he spends the next 2 years of his life doing the things that he ought to have done that he hasn't done yet, or improving on what he has done, and then, like I said in my letter, look for a younger person, more energetic, healthier, more focused, more committed to the future of this country. Find, even from your party, find someone that, a group of people, among them, younger people, the kind of people who really feel the pain about what Nigeria is today, the kind of people whose children are just growing up and they can look at them and say, what will happen to my child or my grandchild in the next 20 years? The way this country is going downhill, consistently going downhill. There were a lot of educated very patriotic Nigerians who desperately want to be part of the future of this country. Trust them with power. You've done your bit. And so you don't need to run for another one. Spend the next 2 years fixing Nigeria. Fix the economy as much as possible. Fix insecurity.
So you think that it doesn't have the capacity for the next 4 years after the initial 4 years?
Well, it's not so much that he doesn't have the capacity. I don't know what would happen in future. I haven't seen evidence that the last 2 years have prepared him to continue to govern for 6 years. But even more importantly, he doesn't need to be president to actually do something good for this country. If he draws the line at 2027 and prepares his party and the country to vote in new set of people, everywhere APC governor stands down, use your power and influence, get them to bring out younger people, a lot of people with energy, commitment, passion to fix what is broken, which is this country. History will record you as the greatest leader.
Would you like him to have taken that choice of...
Did you say? Kò ní ìdí ká kọrin Ògúndé Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀wẹ̀ ní bọ́ọ̀lù fàyàráyé ó gbá wọn sísàlẹ̀ ó gbá wọn sódò. Ọ̀rọ̀ orin kọ́, ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ ni. Ó tásìkò náà tá a máa gbà á. Ọmọ tó mówó wálé ni bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀ máa yan rìn. Agbára yìí kò ń ṣe fún Òkè Ọya nìkan. Tí ò bá sí àwa èmi tí ń dúró wájú yìí tí ń lérí ogun. Tí ní òkè Buhari nìṣó ká máa bá lọ. Kò lè di president. Ó ṣe kìíní olùlẹ̀. Ó ṣe kejì olùlẹ̀. Ó ṣe kẹta olùlẹ̀. Ó tiẹ̀ sunkún lórí tẹlifíṣàn pé láyé òun.
Sorry if you have not seen that video before. It's just a flashback, like a response to what BabaAhmed said. That was me trying to bring that back to remind everybody how desperate, how determined Kolu was when he was plotting to hijack Nigeria. He invested everything. It was like somebody who pack everything he has and just put it into a bet and say, Omo, if to say everything plotted and planned, everyone paid, everyone bribed, compromised, if to say they all developed cold feet at some point that they didn't deliver, Tinubu don't die now. For that 2023. They invested in it. They emptied Lagos, no be joke. You know? They paid everybody to the last. Every person that must be paid to ensure that the compromised election, everyone delivered. And they delivered. I will believe, because it's your president today. So that was the video he made during the time he was speaking to the delegates, APC delegates in Abeokuta, Ogun State. And he reminded all of them that he has been serving all these guys. I've been pushing this one to be this. I was the one who made the Buhari president. That's what he said in that video. Now, this time around, if they now say, okay, it is the turn of the Yoruba, and when it becomes the turn of the Yoruba, it is his own turn, my turn. Now me be the, now me go take anything where they won't give Yoruba. Now me, it's me. You know, and then yeah, the rest is history today. So BabaAhmed spoke further in his advice.
What about other politicians?
Absolutely, because I was going to ask you. You were asking for younger people. Does it affect Atiku too? Would you say Atiku also should stand down? You've not spoken about Atiku. Why are you signaling out Tinubu?
If I have a chance to sit with the Waziri of Adama, I would say to him, sir, he might know a little bit better than I know Tinubu. Sir, you've done your bit. You've held up the democratic process. You represented it well. Your name has been written in gold. You've been persistent. It's time to yield the ground, to yield the position to a younger person. Don't run.
Even Atiku?
Yes, play the father role. Find good younger person.
Do you think Atiku that you know will listen to that kind of advice?
I think so. To be honest with you, I think so. I don't think
always wanted to be president.
Well, you can, yes.
Bola Tinubu also wanted to be president.
Yeah, but I'm advising them against what appears to be what they want. And I'm trying to point out to them. Actually, the truth about it is that if PDP were to field a younger person, more capable, somebody with less skeletons in their cupboard, somebody with less liabilities, age and health and everything, believe me, they will take APC to the cleaners. With all this bulging party bulging with people running away from prosecution, people looking for offices, the APC is growing with a lot of the wrong people. All these defections are informed by only one thing. They're looking for positions or they are running away from EFCC.
But the FCC chairman told us on this program yesterday that there's nothing like that, no political interferences.
Well, they're not exactly going to write him a letter of information. They won't write to him and say, dear chairman of EFCC, it may have come to your notice that I'm leaving my party PDP to join APC. Believe me, it's nothing to do with the file that is in front of you. I want to fix the country. They are not likely to tell him. I watched you and him yesterday. The question is not what the chairman of the EFCC, he will do his job. Especially the chairman I now know. I know him very well. I think he's a good chap, a gentleman. They are not going to tell him. But I'm telling you, the people who are running into the APC from all over the place are actually a liability to the APC. It's just simply a refugee camp. Political refugee camp, and it will burst.
Let me ask you,
what about other politicians?
Absolutely.
He's so right. I have said that before too. The only thing that will destroy APC is APC. My theory is that it won't blow up in 2027, which I may possibly be wrong. I'm not a Nostradamus and I'm not a seer. But my projection is that if Tinubu will rig 2027, damn the consequences. But by then, it will be like a scene where they try to ride a bicycle, right? To climb a hill. You know, when you start from the start, yeah. It will go first be like, then as you are advancing, you begin to, you may even move slowly to move standing, you know. Sorry, move standing. Yeah. The one when she's standing, we have 15. I don't know how strong you are. I joke about that, you go sit down again. That is what APC is. When PDP reached the heights of its power, they were so confident that they told the rest of the country that they will rule Nigeria for 50 years uninterrupted. Like, who go challenge us? Who is going to challenge us? They won't control it. If we lose anything, it's because we wanted to lose. But when they were about to burst, it started within. And nobody could save them. Nobody. Not even common sense could save them until they tanked and lost power. So that's the same thing I am saying for, and that was like, it all started from year 12. So by the time they are already closing the 16th year, they've lost power. APC, Egbekegbe is now on year 10, right? So they have 2 more years to kick off what is going to be their demise. But the demise of APC, Egbekegbe, is not going to be like that of PDP. Because when PDP had power, They tried so well, okay, to keep the divisive lines that we call fault lines, tribal, ethnic, religious, all this stuff. PDP kept them away. They managed them so well that until Bukwari came and reminded all of us that we are not the same, we should stop deceiving ourselves. Oh, if there is anything, if there's any good thing at all done by Bukwari, it is that one. No, it was Bukwari that reminded all of us to stop lying to ourselves that we are one Nigeria. There is nothing called one Nigeria, but many Nigerias. It was Bukwari.